brick brawl moonlit nick the nick.
It's a what?
It's a brick brawl moonlit nick the nick.
So you're out this evening on tour with your own solo album. How's that for you?
Yeah, it's good. It's different. It's the first time I've ever done anything totally on my own. Well, not back in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going really well.
Is it a lot better to be out doing something like it's all your own creation?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's more I had to write this album than. But then, yeah, now I really want to tour it. But yeah, I'm playing some other stuff as well, like Libertines stuff, Dirty Pretty things. But no, it's great. It's great to just be able to have so many songs that they can sing and dance so much.
Yeah. So even if you talked about the album there, but can you tell us about the reasons behind why you wanted to now record your own solo album?
I just had enough of writing in bands and dealing with sort of practitioners' egos and not to say that when a band has them, but. Yeah, they can grow in funny places.
So is that a case of like you wanted to stop doing things by committee?
Yeah, pretty much, and just that I just want to. I don't tend to bother if I know someone else is going to finish a song that I don't. So yeah, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to. I wanted to write about things that you don't really want to write with your mates about as well. You know, just for more personal things. So yeah, I had to do that, and it's quite cathartic actually. It's quite a weight lifted.
Do you think the details of even the whole creative process, how it kind of started, the kind of inception of where the songs came from, when they kind of started, the genesis of the ideas for the songs?
Yeah, well, I don't know, for the first time that I've written this sort of cathartic way, it generated from sort of pain, and I needed to get some stuff out. And then I was going to write a really miserable song, album, the whole thing. But then it started to lift, just the piano and because with the guitar my hands always do the same shape, you know, whatever happens I feel like I get along. So I started doing the piano, and I don't play piano very well, but it's the whole sort of the spectrum there.
Yeah. I read that actually you thought that initially that the album was going to be you pianos moaning to yourself in a room, but it's going to take on a new life almost.
Yeah, I imagine touring that though, it'd be nasty, wouldn't it? A year on it, like, what? On stage, how are you?
Carl Barat, egomaniac. But I know like you brought loads of kind of different guys that you hadn't worked with before, and so what was that like? What was the idea behind that?
I think when you work with your mates, which is great, you know, I mean up to a point, and it's usually two, in my experience, two mates who play guitar, kind of pretty much offering the same thing. So I want to work with someone who's like from dancing kind of background, that's Andrew Wyatt, you know, not to like go dance, but just have someone with a different perspective. Yeah. And the same with Neil Hannon. Just totally different backgrounds, and also look, I didn't know either of them either, so like working with somebody I didn't know, so that was quite a challenge.
Yeah, because they must bring a whole lot of different viewpoints on it, not saying I know Carol like this, it's just like a fresh input.
It makes you work hard as well. If you know, if it's someone respected and you've got to bring something to the table, then it can't just be like shit. Otherwise, it's really embarrassing if they sit at the end of the meeting. No, I don't think we've got anything in common. I don't know where he's from. This imaginary guy.
Yeah, that American guy.
Yeah.
So even like, how did you feel when you were mixing the songs? I know you went to New York and stuff like that. How?
I didn't go. I just sent the songs.
Just sent them away. Who mixed them?
Andrew Wyatt and Leo Abrahams.
Was it a case of I want to see what you guys can do with it?
Not really. It's cheaper. It's just farmed out there. But they're both pretty spot on mixers. Yeah.
Are you, now that the album's kind of out and stuff like that, does it feel like you're giving it away? Giving it away to the public in much the same way that the Libertine stuff was kind of given away to the public and taken to their hearts? Does it always feel as if you're giving this here I am?
I think so, yeah, it's very much, I mean, it's everything I have to offer at this point, and it's like, I do feel it's giving something as well. I mean, this is the first album that I've really not really cared about chart positioning or just wanted to get it out there and to reach people who need something to. Yeah. And it seems to have done that, judging by reactions to the gigs. I hope it works like that as far as Scotland was seeking.
You've obviously put it out in your own imprint as well. It seems like you've kind of wanted to keep it all very personal.
Yeah. No, there's what do you mean?
Well, you put it out on your own imprint. All the songs are very kind of cathartic. You know,
Oh, imprint. What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, well, there's no point just signing to a major label if you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
And yeah, like even like down to the just the cover. It's just a photograph of a time. I've always said that about every album. It should be a photograph of a time. So yeah.
It's kind of the album's kind of coincided with the release of obviously a book, 3 Penny Memoirs. What was the reasons for putting the book out there as well?
What, at the same time?
Not even at the same time, but just for even just writing the book.
It's kind of all come at the same place. It's kind of an important time for me to just. So I just felt like I've been living like for what I thought people wanted me to be like for the last 10 years, and like sort of this whole like Libertines history, stuff that I did. That was, a lot of it was just other people's ideas, and I just wanted to work out where I started it and wanted to move on as well. It was probably like just like playing jingly jangly anthems for the rest of my life. Well, I say anthems, you know what I mean? Yeah,
of course.
Just like I felt like I was hiding behind the guitar and stuff. So yeah, just really just to put close to that chapter and start a new one.
Yeah, that's what. Do you think that there was part of it where you wanted to kind of document it? Where obviously Pete's life had been documented every day in the press. Do you think you wanted to kind of even just put your own story out there?
I wanted to have my own catharsis, understand it for myself. And then it was not so much about putting it out. I didn't put it out to sort of set the record straight or say, hey, this is the real me, because I mean, most people don't care. But I think there are stories in there that people do know about that time period and things. They might shed a bit of light, and I've been very objective and balanced and fair. And I'm very honest as well, maybe a bit too honest. Yeah.
So that's been some of the reviews and stuff like that. The book have been exactly that, like it's an honest kind of frank portrait of a very particular time, including the times when you guys spent taking drugs and basically being rock stars. How do you feel about it now that it's not that it's behind you, but it's certainly a last chapter in your life?
I hope it's not the last chapter of my life. But I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? You know when like, you know when you've had a secret or a lie or something for ages, but it comes out, although it's horrific, you can't just glad that it's out there, you don't have to pretend anymore. It's a bit like that. So like, yeah, I just be a bit more. It's more worried about family and stuff. Really, that's the biggest part.
But surely all of them, they would have known for a lot of
well,
time.
What did you know? Yeah.
How does that feel?
I don't know.
Haven't spoken to them yet?
No.
They haven't read it yet?
Oh, some of them have. Yeah. And,
so even the relationships that I've described in it, obviously one of the biggest relationships, at least one of the biggest creative relationships in your life has been with Pete. And it talks a lot about that. How did it feel to kind of call time on basically one of the biggest creative relationships you know, as you guys were growing up, like growing up together, like creatively together as well, finding your own voice, and then you had to basically pull the shutters down on the Libertines. How did that feel?
What, back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was really tough, I guess. I mean, I think we both kind of paralleled each other's. Well, let's take the word career, I'm trying to think of something else. We both paralleled each other's paths since then. But yeah, it was fucking awful, as you can imagine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just some different words other than that.
No, it's fine. How did it feel like even, obviously you played Reading and Leeds this year, what was it like to get back on stage after so long?
It felt amazing, it felt perfect, it felt like no time had passed at all. Yeah, it seemed really natural. It felt kind of safe as well from all of the, whatever happened on stage, everything meltdowns, whatever occurred, which didn't. It felt like kind of bulletproof really. Suddenly all of the conjecture and bickering and what's it just dies out.
This is what it actually meant.
Yeah, exactly. For that moment, yeah, no, it felt really, it was just perfect. I couldn't imagine it going any better.
Is there any other plans for doing more stuff with Pete with the Libertines?
There's talk, but I'm certainly not for the year. I'll just give this this album was.
Yeah, concentrate on this.
Yeah.
So I know you did treaded the boards very recently. How was the acting experience for you?
It's quite harrowing. But I learned a lot. It was a challenge. I think the challenge was every year. Some slightly out of that thing. I don't know how I ended up there, but yeah, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot.
So we're going to see you in a Guy Ritchie London gangster movie anytime soon?
It's quite unlikely, but more like the Hollyoaks, you know.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, no, I'd rather do something in a little something in a film or something, if anything. But yeah, it seems to all come from the same kind of place. You know, all these different things like writing and acting. It seems and music. It all seems to come from the same place. It's just some of them are slightly more honed muscles than others. I wouldn't mind working a bit on that. Do some more writing.
What is that place? Like, is that a creative impetus? Like what kind of first brought that out in yourself when you were younger?
Well, again, I've been the most stage frightened person in the world. It's like just being on pubs front of bands before people really play. Well, I was just like, what am I doing? I don't know. It's just sort of driven to do it, really.
To be a creative person to put stuff out there.
I guess so. I mean, sometimes I do, but I don't want to. I'm like, fucking writing. It's weird, that.
What do you think it is you're trying to communicate?
I don't know, it must just be something. I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes escape, sometimes catharsis, sometimes. I don't know, it's just like having a voice and talking in your sleep. Sorry, it's been a long tour, I'm starting to say things like that.
That's quite alright. So, you've done a lot so far this year, so where's next for Carl Barat?
It's been a long old year, hasn't it? I'm having a baby in December, so I'll see what happens there.